The Mandate.
Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Grab the coffee, light the cigar. It's time for the mandate. Alarm clock buzzing, but we already wake. Boots on the floor, got a full pot to make. Sun coming up on a Texas sky. Grill still smoking from last night's fry. Talk about fish and talk about wood. Stories get bigger like they always should. Handshakes firm and laughter loud. Just good men making their mamas proud. No drama, no fake, no shade. Just brothers showing up unafraid is the mandate. Pull up a chair, fire in a pit, and smoke in the air. Coffee first, then bourbon later. Life gets better when you're with your neighbor. From the job site grind to the hunting ground. Real talk rolling that good old sound. We ain't perfect, but we stand up straight. Saturday morning on the mandate. Knives on the table, wood shavings fall. That new baton shining on the wall. Cast iron skillet, steaks on flame. Every week it's the same good game. Football picks and camping trips. Ribeye jokes and cigar tips. Building things with our own two hands. Talking faith and making plans. No filters, no front, no.
Hang on, folks.
Oh, yeah,
We're
that's
coming right at you.
radio. It's the mandate.
I'm a little bit hot.
Pull up a chair, fire in the pit, and smoke in the air.
Keep talking about yourself.
Yeah, I know it. Never fails. Talk about the host being hot. All right. Welcome to the mandate. It is 9 o'clock sharp. Actually, it's 9:03 on a rainy Saturday morning.
Rainy Saturday, but it is a great temperature, actually.
Praise the Lord for the rain.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you for joining us, Victoria, Texas. We are the Mandate on 95.9 FM. We are proud to be part of the Lopez Broadcasting family, radio broadcasting family. Thank you, Lilo Adeguayas, for all you do for us as well.
Yeah, everything's working good this morning, Lilo. Thank you.
We got a great show for y'all this week. We're continuing on with our series this month for Men's Health Month.
Yep.
We've got a great guest for you this week. We've got some shenanigans happening this today, too.
Yeah.
Rob didn't read the video description or didn't see the thumbnail.
Yeah, I did. Too late.
Too late. So,
Well, you and I had a conversation off the air this morning, and I want to see if you understand it. He has been playing with AI in the videos and pictures, and he did a picture of himself, and it turned him into a pirate.
yes.
And it even gave him a really nice earring and pirate jewelry. And I said, Andrew, you know why pirates wear earrings?
So tell me why.
Do you know?
No idea.
Hang on. Go ahead. Get it right up on the mic.
No idea.
Okay. Pirates wear earrings because that is the gold that if they die, they cut that gold out of their ear, and that pays for the carpenter to build his coffin.
Oh, wow.
True story.
True story.
True story.
Now, since we're on sailors, I'm a sailor. I spent time in the service in the Navy. You ever heard the phrase, freeze the balls off a brass monkey?
No.
No.
Okay, so I will tell you that story. Freezing the balls off a brass monkey it comes from the brass ring. It's a square ring or a square lip about 2 inches high. It's made out of brass. It's embossed into the deck of the ship next to a cannon. And they would stack the cannonballs there, and they would make a pyramid. Well, when they would go into the Antarctic areas or the really, really super cold areas, the cannonballs would get so cold, they would crack and fall off of that pyramid, and that little brass ring is called a brass monkey. Freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Was it kind of funky?
It was a funky monkey.
Brass monkey. That funky monkey. All right.
I know it. All right, so we are going to do a salsa challenge, I guess.
We're going to start off with a salsa challenge, but before we get to there,
Oh, wait a minute. We need some coffee.
we got a guest with us today. We got Kevin with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about what he does. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, real quick, just real short.
Yeah. Name Kevin McCullough. Born and raised in Victoria, Texas. I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, and have a private practice here in Victoria, Texas. The practice is called VTX Therapy, and I am a practicing clinical psychotherapist.
Nice. Thanks for joining us. Thanks. Welcome aboard. Before we get into the salsa, though, I think we need to get into a little Jesus because we might need it after this.
Don't you think?
Don't you think so? I had a whole segment worked up for the Where You At, Adam, that I was going to talk about one topic, but something convinced me to do something else. You know, they call that thing the Holy Spirit.
Right.
So being men's health, what comes with men's health is men's mental health.
Exactly.
So the Bible tells us that two are better than one when it comes to being together, because men are creatures of community. We're not meant to be alone. So the question I have is, who do you have that calls to check in on you? Who do you call to check in on? I'll tell you right now, this guy next to me, he calls me about it every day.
Every day, check on him.
I'm totally cool with that. And if he doesn't call me, guess what? I'm going to call him.
That's
hey,
right.
What's wrong with you? You all right? The point is, we've got to be there for other guys.
Yeah.
You know, and for other men.
Don't be afraid to lean.
Because the thing about it is, we are often told to man up and deal with it.
Don't let your feelings out.
Don't let your feelings out. And I know that I am totally guilty of, you know, I tell my kids, don't be a little B, you know, the B word.
Yeah.
But, you know, I tell them that because I'm trying to get them to toughen up. And I think that that's the way to do it. But, you know, at the same time, while it is important to be tough, not to have thin skin, you've also got to realize that we are creatures of community. The Bible also tells us.
Well, it says 2 or more are together, I am there.
Yes, we are. Yes, we're 2 or more gathered in my name, I am there. The Bible also tells us that brothers are created for love and for adversity. I believe that's in Ecclesiastes. But the adversity says that the brothers aren't there to create adversity. They're there to help us get through adversity. There's plenty of organizations out there that say, you're my brother. You know, churches say, you're my brother in Christ.
Brotherly love.
Love.
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. There's this term called agape, which is the Greek word for love, which means that you love them unconditionally, not in a romantic way, but in a way that says,
brotherly
I'm going to be there to support you.
Are we correct on that? Is that right? The agape is because I looked it up, and there's so many of them.
There's so many of them. Agape is the one that's like kind of like the friendship type.
Right.
So that's the Where You At, Adam segment for today, for this week. And I like I said,
so hug a brother.
Hug a brother, be a brother, brotherly love, not dude love, not the dude.
And here's another thing, Andrew, that most people don't grasp these days. To have a friend, you got to be a friend.
Yes.
And don't be afraid. You know, my grandmother used to say back before, okay, this is a boomer moment. This is your Saturday morning boomer moment. Mm-hmm. To get a letter, you have to write a letter. Mm-hmm.
What's a letter? Give me an A. A. No, I used to.
It requires paper and actually writing.
No, I'm old enough to remember having a pen pal.
Oh, you know, our whole class in 6th grade did pen pals.
Yeah, we did pen pals. Mine was in California. Mine was in California. Yeah. I think it was through school that we did that.
Well, mine was at the McAllister State Pen, but
I was about to say I thought yours was in the prison.
It was.
Nice. Awesome. So we are.
See what I mean? It's just pure dumb luck.
Let it go.
Awesome. So key part about men's health is men's mental health.
Right. And that's why we brought you in. So hang on a minute. We are drinking the Kopi today.
Yes.
So everybody raise your cups.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, men.
Good morning.
It's coffee moment.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. That Kopi Loak is amazing coffee.
Oh, yes.
You like it?
Yeah, tasty.
It's smooth. No afterbite. It's just smooth coffee.
Yep.
Now, you can get this off of Amazon Prime. That 8 ounces of coffee grinds was $36, and it has made 4 pots.
At least.
Yeah, 4 pots of coffee. And I mean, it's not. Linda doesn't know it yet, but I'm getting ready to buy another bag.
Oh,
so, but anyways, all right. So let me go tend to the camera, or do you want to do the salsa first?
Let's do the salsa.
Yeah, let's do the salsa.
So Rob's going to pour the salsa. Let me tell you a little bit about this salsa. So, this is salsa that I made.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. I'm just telling you, easy.
Come on, if you're gonna go big.
It's ghost peppers.
What?
I told you.
So, Rob, you live by the philosophy of if you're going to get wet, you might as well go swimming. Are you swimming in heat right now?
That's right. It's not bad.
But I tell you, I am a flavor guy.
It's good flavor.
Good flavor.
It's got some spank.
Give it a little bit though. I ate half a jar of
I'm
that
not
yesterday.
dying. There is a mild burn. I'm not hurting.
You're not hurting. No, it's because I only used 2 in a jar in 4 of those jars.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. That has got a really good flavor.
Yes.
You got the Scoville just right.
I'm
a person, I can take the heat. I freak him out every time we go to the Mexican restaurant. I'm like, no, go bring me something hotter. And my go-to is chili pekin.
Oh yeah, that's
good.
I've got the plant growing up at my house. I found it.
That's really good, Andrew. I'm impressed.
I've
it
actually
didn't hurt me,
I've worked that recipe. It's taken me some years to work
Yeah.
that. I forgot to bring a jar for Lilo.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Lilo can handle it. He doesn't. He makes that.
Oh yeah, his hot.
Let me put it to you this way: this is the barbecue pit that Grandpa made in the backyard, and his is the Traeger version.
Wow.
We're gonna get a call here in a minute.
Shots fired.
Would you like to try it?
I love salsa.
It's got a bite to it.
Yeah.
It's probably just a little bit hotter than the chili pekin.
Well, when in Rome.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, take this.
Andrew, are you gonna try?
Man, I ate a whole thing, half of a jar yesterday. So here we go. For those of y'all listening on air, we are moving a bag of chips around with this salsa.
Towards your mic there.
And be careful with it. It ain't for the faint of heart. So I have worked this recipe, and it's taken me about 5 years to get that recipe down.
It's got good flavor, right?
Yes.
It's great. Got some heat, some spice. Are you guys familiar with the science behind the tongue and taste and pain receptors and all these things?
No.
You familiar with super tasters? So
That would be me,
maybe.
the super taster.
Maybe not. So the idea is with the super taster has a very vulnerable palate, right? And that is because of the amount of pain receptors and taste buds on the tongue. So super tasters typically cannot stand heat because they have so many more taste buds on their tongue, so many more pain receptors on their tongue. Now, the opposite, right? If you're not a super taster, then you're somebody who can withstand a lot of heat. You don't have a lot of taste buds, right? You don't have a lot of pain receptors. So when people are actually bragging about, oh, I can withstand any heat, I can taste the spiciest pepper, this or that, I can eat them over and over. What they're actually bragging about is the fact that they don't have as many taste buds.
So you're saying I have no taste?
Well, we already knew that.
You're just stating the obvious.
So there you go.
We already knew that you have no taste, Rob.
Very good. You're going to fit in.
So the irony of the super taster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here's another thing. It's not only, but that's funny because I have a really strong olfactory. Because I can smell, clear across town almost. I can smell fires over miles away.
And he also makes those smells too.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Give when you can.
it's a man show, right?
You're right. Exactly. So tell us what we need to know as men about our mental health. Where do we start?
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier, which was that mental health, right, is health.
Exactly.
Right? There is no health without the brain, right? There is no life, there is no body without the brain. If you don't have a brain, your body is not functioning.
Well, that's the control center.
Right. That's where it is, right?
Yeah.
It all happens there in the brain. We don't see with our eyes, we see with our brain.
Right.
We don't hear with our ears, we hear with our brain. We don't taste, right, with our tongue or with our mouth.
Andrew, it says we're not on Facebook.
But I see us on Facebook.
I don't think so. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No
Continue.
problem. Yeah. So why is it important? It's important because mental health is health. And why is it important to spread the word about men's mental health during the month of June, Men's Health Month, is because for too long, right, we have bought into this perpetuation of the stigma that men are tougher and they should tough it out.
Exactly.
And they don't need mental health or mental health resources.
Exactly.
So that's why it's important. And the reality of the situation is what you brought up earlier about men needing other men.
Exactly.
There is a loneliness epidemic among men in this country, and we are social creatures, and we need one another. And this goes back to primitive times, right? Of us running in packs, right? And we all want to be part of that pack. And when we feel like we're not part of that pack, not part of that tribe, our limbic system or our fight or flight system, our survival mechanism within us is threatened. It feels threatened. Now, that's not necessarily relevant in our modern context. We don't need to be with one another, right, from the standpoint of survivalism.
Right.
But we do need to be with one another as far as our emotional mental health is concerned.
Bragging rights, too.
Sure, why not? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it doesn't do any good to catch a really large fish if you ain't got somebody to go, hey, dude, check this out.
And that's a really great point, because there are so many men out there who are lonely, right? Because they've worked themselves to the bone. They have all this money. They have all this to show for all
Right.
the work that they've done, and they don't have anybody to share it with.
Right.
And it's the sharing, right? It's the companionship that is really the driving force behind the acquiring, right?
Yes.
The acclimating, right? And that's the point, right? That's
Right.
the point down at the biological, psychological level, is we have to have someone to share it with
Well,
in
you
order
know,
for
and
it to be fulfilling.
You're absolutely correct, because Linda and I bought a large piece of property out on the north side of town, and we built it so we could have our friends over and barbecue and sit on the front porch and spend nights out there just drinking a little beer. Andrew come out and smoke a cigar if he wants, you know. And everybody's still too busy to stop and come out and spend an hour with us or two.
Right.
And it really is I don't want to say heartbreaking, but it's disappointing that
Right.
hey, come on out and we'll sit out here and if we get too drunk, I got plenty of space for you to stay.
Right. And we are in a culture that is more isolated than we've ever been before.
Do you think that's because of social media?
Absolutely. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
And that is one of the driving factors, right? Because it drives what we call comparative living.
Right.
And comparative living is what we do when we compare ourselves or contrast ourselves against the ideal version of ourselves versus the real version of ourselves, right? And the ideal version of others versus the ideal version of what is in the realm of reality actually happening.
You know, I saw a comedian the other day that was talking about what we're going to show as far as pictures go when we get older, because our grandparents took pictures of family and, you know, them raising horses and,
Right.
and out at the polka hall and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And this generation is going to show pictures of what food they ate that night.
Right, exactly. I saw that. I saw that clip. Oh, that's a wonderful smash burger that you had in 19 or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny.
So what do you see being the biggest problem in men's lives right now?
All right, so
What are you seeing the most of?
what I'm maybe not me personally seeing it because these people don't come to me, right?
Right.
But what we're seeing is the uptick in deaths of despair, right? So these are men typically who are isolated, who for whatever reason have bought into the narrative that they're not supposed to seek out help,
Right.
and so they turn to other places. So
Alcohol,
the other place,
bars.
alcohol, yeah. So death of despair would be drug overdose,
Right.
right? That'd be alcohol, drugs, and then just suicide, completing suicide.
Yeah.
So we see that, and we also know that men are, for the most part, in our culture, right, this time period, they're reaching out, they're looking for answers. Because guess what? They grew up in an environment, in a culture that said, don't express your emotions, choke down your
Right.
feelings, tough it out, man up, this or that, but they're still looking for some guidance.
Yeah.
Where do they go for guidance? Well, they go online.
Well, here's another thing that probably plays a lot of it: the absentee father.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of it. Absolutely. Where do you go if you don't have the figure to model what the behavior is that's ideal for you in your life, right?
And the absentee father rolls not only to the son, but also to the daughter, because it's his responsibility. And I'm just going to be blatant. It's a father's job to keep his daughter off the pole.
Right.
You know?
Sure. Yeah.
He is the cornerstone of her relationship building for her future husbands and boyfriends.
Right. So I see what you're saying. So typically within the erotica entertainment industry,
Exactly.
what is trying to be satisfied or fulfilled there is this void.
Right.
There's a void.
Daddy
And-
issues.
And then, but to be totally honest, men have daddy issues as well. right?
Absolutely.
They're looking to fill the void. The void is acceptance. I don't feel accepted. I didn't feel accepted. I want to be validated. Maybe if I do X, Y, and Z, I will feel satisfied, fulfilled, validated, and accepted.
Exactly.
Right? And so men do this as well, right? They dig deep into whatever maladaptive ritual routine, right? But females do this as well.
And you know, I'm not going to lie. I had a extremely involved father, and when I mean extremely involved, it was dragging me out of the bed by the ankle on a Saturday morning to go out in the garage and work on stuff, build stuff. He taught me skills,
Sure.
and at the time I was like, "Oh God, just leave me alone." Now I appreciate it because he told me something when I was a kid. Learn to fix it now. You won't have to pay somebody to fix it later.
Sure. Yeah.
And now I'm fixing everything, and I haven't got time to do anything else because I'm constantly fixing crap. But I can fix literally everything, you know, and because he got me out there, and we just tore stuff apart and fixed it.
Right. Yeah.
And so I appreciate that from my father.
Yeah. And you hit on an interesting point because as just as much as we have under involvement, we can have over involvement.
Helicopter parents.
Absolutely. So the research on that psychologically is that typically whatever generation is raised by whatever either under or over parenting,
Right.
they typically respond by continuing that cycle, continuing that pattern, right? If they're an under-parented child, then they become an under-parenting parent,
Right.
Or they go the opposite direction, right?
And
The
overparent.
extreme opposite. So typically what happens is if you felt abandoned as a child and underparented, your parenting style is to overparent. You become the
Oh, wow.
you become the
Wow.
helicopter parent, right?
Yeah.
Which makes total sense.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. So then also to the opposite. So let's say that person who became the helicopter parent, they parented their child in a way where they overparented.
Right.
What's going to happen with that child? Possibly they'll continue that trend when they have children, or they will go the opposite and they will abandon their responsibilities altogether.
I'll be dang.
So
Wow.
Man, that's amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My dad was a great influence. I was raised extremely Czech bohemian, right? Polka halls on Saturday nights.
You don't say.
Beer on after hauling hay, you know, wheat trucks, farms, horses, cattle, and just loving life. You know, when you can wake up and go, man, we're going to the farm today and we're gonna work our
You
tails
sure
off.
that's Bohemian and not Mexican?
No, it's Bohemian.
That sounds like
Trust
what
me.
we do too.
Yeah, well, look, there's not much difference between
I know the polka
Bohemians and
music,
Mexicans.
polka,
Tejano.
You
yeah.
got some Michael Salgado? Heck yes.
So,
Sorry, continue.
all my uncles were extremely important in my raising. And I'm a firm believer at this. Parents are for discipline, grandparents are for spoiling, aunts and uncles are for making memories.
Yeah, that's good.
And when I deal with my adoptive nephews and stuff, man, I'm crazy Uncle Rob. Right?
You're the funkle.
Yes, the Funkle. That is a.
Oh, wow.
I am going to wear that. I am going. There's a hat in the future with Funkle, because I am extremely fun. I'm the one who will pick up a kid and run him across the yard like a bowling ball. And then go dive right in the middle of them kids, because that's great. So, that leads to my next point. What is your view about fathers getting their sons in the living room and just wrestling with them? What's the
I wouldn't say I have an opinion really about it one way or another. It's not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. It's bonding, right?
Yes.
It's not necessary in order for healthy development, right, to have that, but it doesn't hurt anything. It's bonding, and
You're right.
and sometimes that wrestling can go too far, or it can become inappropriate, right? So we can't just blanket statement say, "Oh, wrestling with your child is necessary or good," but it's bonding, right? And anything that you can do to engage with your child in a healthy way, right? The consequences of that are typically going to be positive.
Yes.
Right? So it's the fact that you're paying attention to them, that you're giving them time.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm guilty of this as a dad. Right? I get
How many
two-
children do you have?
So I have 3. So I have a one who's a junior at UTSA.
Wow, you don't look old enough to have a kid.
What I'm about to say.
I would have sworn you were probably 35.
No, I'm 45. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I've got her at UTSA. Then I've got my son is about to be a sophomore at West, and then I've got a child who's going into 6th grade at Cade. But I've been raising children for 21 years at this point.
Yes.
right? And so in one way or another, I've been either changing diapers or tending to children, doing all the things.
And there's no problem with a man changing a diaper.
I mean, it was basically my role.
Yes.
When we were growing, when they were growing up, that was my role. So anyway,
What the heck?
What was that?
don't look at me.
I didn't do it.
No, it wasn't me.
Are you sure you weren't making some more smells over there?
No, it wasn't me. Hang on, let me check it.
So
Go ahead. Continue.
one thing that is my biggest problem, and it has affected me mentally as well. For help. It's asking for help. That's one of my biggest drawbacks. Is I am horrible about that, especially on the professional level. And I finally got to the point to where I did that. Why do you think that is? And like, what reasons do you see that happens with men specifically?
So, right, stigma, right, societal norms, gender norms. We've been told that we have to exist in a vacuum, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, right? It's not manly to ask for help. All these things, right? They're floating around in the ether. We've been influenced by them, and so we take them on. And in those moments of doubt, when we actually need one another,
we pull away.
right? Because it's created this cognitive dissonance. The dissonance is the tension between what we've been told and the situation we find ourselves in. So we have to make a choice, right? And so, an example of cognitive dissonance is me wearing a Spurs jersey, right, and then saying out loud, the Knicks are a great team, right?
You had to go there.
Well, so then what happens?
You had to go there.
Well, how do I resolve that dissonance, right? Well, what I have to do is I have to either put on a Knicks jersey, right, so that it's proportionate to what I'm saying, or I have to double down.
That was Lilo coming in and out of
Oh, is it?
the server room.
Gotcha.
So,
So-
anyways,
What are some warning signs that friends and family can look for to kind of help out if they think like somebody needs help?
Right. So isolation's a big one, right? You see men isolating more than normal. Women, you will typically see anger, right? Irritability, aggressiveness. That's a really telltale sign that someone may be dealing with some sort of depression, right? And that's them
Right.
acting out, right? The biological reason for anger and aggression is to remove the perceived threat, right, to
Gotcha.
survival, right? So then when we see that someone's angry, what they're really trying to do is trying to figure out a way to isolate and remove that threat to perceived survival.
now, see, I know some characters that they just hate people. I mean, I just hate people. I don't want to be around people. I want a job where I don't have to be around people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy as a clam sitting in my office in my computer and doing my job with nobody around because I don't like to talk to people. And me being the guy who talks to everybody, that just blows my mind. I just can't fathom that. I would be dead in my tracks if I had to not talk to people.
Right. So, Rob, what is the opposite of love?
Hate.
No. The opposite of love is indifference.
Okay.
Hatred is just a
You're right.
stronger
I see.
version of love. Hatred is saying, I am so upset that you didn't accept me and you didn't love me, so I'm going to funnel my passion and fury into making you love me.
Right.
Wow.
Indifference is the opposite of love.
So you're
Indifference-
saying bad behavior is, or bad attention, still attention.
Absolutely. And it's for the purpose of trying to gain or garner love
Yeah.
or affection or acceptance.
See, I told you I paid attention in Psych 101.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was too busy worrying about trying to play drums.
Yeah, I know it. I actually enjoyed when I went through OSU in Oklahoma, Psych 101 and all that, the basics, because it explained just exactly who I was.
Right. It's a fascinating subject
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I can't get enough of it. I'm still
yeah, exactly. I'm a Pavlovian. I enjoyed reading about him.
right. Classical conditioning.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So-
yeah. There's something to that.
I still can't get Linda to respond to that bell though.
Right. Yep. I know.
So what's one practical thing that men can do this week specifically that we can get on the ball, get the ball rolling on to help improve their own mental health?
Good question, Andrew.
That is a great question. I would say admit to self and admit to someone else if you're feeling lonely, down, anxious, any of these things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? Just the mere fact that you know that you can accept that you are feeling that way, right, is the key to the next step, to not feeling that way.
Right.
And it's okay to feel that way. We are humans. We all feel this way, right?
In the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have had some serious situational depression, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, Andrew and Zed Stewart and a bunch of these guys have called and surrounded me and I wouldn't say coddled me.
Agape.
Yeah, but kicked me in the ass, right? I think a lot of men just need a good kick in the ass every now and then. Wake up, dude! You got it good. An emotional awakening, you know, of hey, you got it better than what you think you do. Look around you. You got a good wife. You got great kids. You got a good house. You could be sleeping on the streets in New York City.
So what you're describing is something I talk about with my patients a lot, which is our perception is our reality, but reality is rarely our perception.
Oh,
Wow.
that is deep.
Wait, hold on. Turn that on?
Yeah.
No.
No, it didn't come on.
The sound's down on it.
You're right.
Okay,
again.
so here we go. Had to do that one. That one was deep. That one was deep.
Yeah, so that just speaks to perspective, right? We
Okay.
all have perspective. We all have a personal life philosophy.
Yep.
We're
Yeah, that's good.
all born, in a sense, with frames, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Frames on our face, right? And then there are lenses in those frames, right?
Right.
The lenses color what we see. And so if the frames are the perspective, sometimes we don't need to just change the lens, right? Sometimes we have to change the perspective altogether, change the frame
Right.
altogether.
It's a
and
way of
reframe.
thinking. Change our way of thinking.
Absolutely.
My dad used to call that stinking thinking.
Yeah, that's part of cognitive behavioral therapy,
Yeah.
right? It's these toxic
Yeah.
cognitive distortions. They're unhealthy and unhelpful thoughts. They're often tied to expectations. There's the tyranny of the shoulds, or there's shoulding on yourself,
Yeah.
right? These expectations, there's should, ought, must, supposed to, have to, right? They're insinuations of opinion, right?
Exactly.
And opinion is not necessarily fact, right? Opinion is not necessarily reality.
Exactly.
It can be. You can be in line with reality with your opinion, but if you're not, you're like fighting the wave, right? There's no way to fight the wave. The
Right.
wave goes where the wave wants to go. You can fight the wave, right? That expends energy, or you can harness the energy of the wave and ride it into the shore.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah. So this idea of musts and oughts and shoulds, that's the tyranny.
Shoulda,
right?
woulda, coulda.
Right. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right. Well, okay, great, wonderful. Hindsight's hindsight, right?
Yep.
My
What
dad
can you
always
do
used to
about it?
tell me, look, I can't make you happy. You got to find your own damn happiness.
And you can't change the past.
That's right.
And what is happiness, right? I talk about this all the time with my patients. Happiness is not the acquisition of joyful events, but rather the management of suffering. Suffering
Wow.
is inevitable.
You know,
That's another one. Hold on.
yeah. We had a pastor that used to tell us that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you handle it.
Oh, of course,
Yep.
absolutely. Response is everything.
Yeah.
That is something I talk about all the time.
So,
right?
and I think that having a good father around, and you being a good father, teaches your kids how to deal with scabs.
Scabs.
Yeah.
What are scabs?
You know, when somebody falls down.
Oh, right.
And they get an owie,
Right.
how you handle it. If
Right.
you start teaching kids how to handle small problems and letting them realize that problem is not so big,
Right.
then when they get older and the bigger problems don't devastate them.
Right. And
Coping skills.
absolutely. And there's a way to do it lovingly, right?
Absolutely.
So the problem typically with culture, and especially men, right, in that culture, is that they believe that their role is to just go straight to you. The child's fallen down, it's skinned their knee, and they have to go right to that ultimate response or result, which is get over it. It doesn't hurt.
Right.
It's okay for it to hurt. It hurts.
Well,
When you-
it hurts an
when you s-
indicator.
Right.
Pain
exactly.
is weakness
right.
leaving the body.
Yeah.
Pain is knowledge.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Pain says, hey, that's painful. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
Right? We would question why somebody would go and continually put their hand on a hot stove.
You know, it's
right?
a lot. You learn a lot when somebody dots your nose for you. Men don't taste. I say little boys don't really learn until they taste their own blood. You know.
I mean, it's knowledge, right?
Yeah.
It's knowledge.
They know
Pain
that-
is good.
That tells them where they can say what and when.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So I know I'm a little bit more harsher on the psych side. You're a little bit more okay. That's good, but I'm like, nah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking with Mr. Kevin here. He's a licensed professional therapist. He's got a practice here in Victoria, VTX
Therapy.
Therapy. And we're going to continue this conversation here on just a second, but we've got a great sponsor for y'all.
Oh yeah, we do need to hit sponsors.
That we got to touch on this real
Gotta
quick.
pay our bills. So continue talking until I get it set up.
So, great sponsor because Kevin, he talks about what we can do now. What this sponsor does is talks about what we can do in the worst case scenario, how to protect your family.
Yes, sir.
So-
this is Robbie Reese at Statewise.
Life is full of important moments and important decisions. When it comes to protecting your family, your assets, and your legacy, having the right legal guidance matters. At Statewise Legal Group, LLP, we specialize in estate planning, probate, guardianship, and litigation. Whether you're planning for the future, navigating the loss of a loved one, or facing a legal dispute, we're here to help, and we're here to guide you every step of the way with clarity, compassion, and confidence. Call 361-573-0183 or visit www.estatewiselegal.com to schedule a consultation today. Estatewise Legal Group, LLP, protecting what matters most.
All right, so being a part of a man is getting your estate set up, and that is where Robbie Reese comes into play, and his wife, Chantel. Chantel's the realtor, so if you have a death in the family, Robbie can help you settle the estate, and Chantel can help you with the real estate. It's a great team. They are very good Christian men and women, and they happen to be one of the men that I rely upon in this world besides Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
So, again, we're speaking with Kevin McCullough, VTX Therapy. Before we continue, tell the people how they can reach you, how they can reach out to you for help if they need it.
Yeah, so I do have a website, which is vtxtherapy.com. Also, you can find all the contact information through there. You can make an initial appointment online. I will tell you right now, I'm pretty busy, but I do have a waiting list. So it's not impossible to get in with me. But also, if you can't get in with me, I'm really good about sending you elsewhere, right? If
Right. You have
referrals.
other people that can handle.
Absolutely. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what are some common myths that people that are out there about men's mental health?
Common myths.
Yes.
Did you have any thoughts, or is there an example of
Real
a
men don't
myth,
cry.
or-
Yeah. Real men don't cry.
Okay.
I've heard that one before.
Sure.
Which is it's a lie. I could tell you that it is a lie.
Yeah.
Well, try not crying, right? What
Doesn't
happens?
work.
What happens when you don't cry, right? You're bottling something up,
Yeah.
right? You're bottling up that emotion. Why would we try to bottle up any of the other emotions, like happiness? Would
'Cause of
we
the
ever
stigma.
right? Exactly. So once you bottle that up and bottle it up and bottle it up, eventually your body just releases it, right? It's just like trying not to urinate, right? How much control do you have over?
You don't want to talk about that.
At this age, with everything that I've been through,
Turn 63, then you'll find out how
Oh,
that
geez.
situation works.
What if I had just said you cannot do that anymore? It is totally unacceptable.
You would not get any complaints from me.
But that's it, right? Eventually, it's going to come out.
Yeah.
It's going to come out.
Yeah.
Will it come out in an adaptive way or a maladaptive way?
That's
That's
when
the
it-
thing.
yeah.
Right?
that's about the time your hand finds a wall.
That's it.
Right, exactly. And so that's about context, right, too? Like if you
Yeah.
are holding in, the fact that you need to urinate, you may just end up urinating in the bed,
Yes.
right? Or in front of your friends and family.
And make it more worse, humiliating.
There's an appropriate context for
Right,
urinating, right?
right.
There's an appropriate context for crying, right? And that is that it is okay to cry. Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the situation that we have to come to understand, is that some things we cannot control, right?
Right.
They are the way it is. They are the reality, right? And we can try to deny that reality as much as possible, but in the end, reality is reality.
And see, this is why men don't like to go take their wives to chick flicks, because they usually end up getting red-eyed, and then they got to go, darn, I got to walk out of here, and everybody's going to see me with red
I
eyes.
do not want to see the Notebook with you, Rob.
I saw the Notebook at home. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay, yeah, you keep that over there.
But I'm up 3 on the chick flicks this year so far.
I knew when my oldest child took me to see Marley and Me at the movie theater.
Oh man,
I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was going to be destroyed.
Yes.
That
And
is-
I'm telling you, I was sobbing
Yeah.
uncontrollably in the theater at the end of the movie, right? At
Yeah.
the credits. And I thought, this is a terrible defeat, right? I am no longer a man. I've totally emasculated
Exactly.
myself. My daughter looks over at me and she says, I've never seen you cry before.
Yeah.
That was so wonderful. You are human.
Yeah.
Right? And
I'm getting teary-eyed right now.
I know it.
but
Stop it.
that's one of those unexpected results,
Yeah.
right?
So-
Those
so-
wonderful results is that your children can see you are real.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Right.
Here's a question for you though. Marley and Me, or Old Yeller?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Anything-
Hold it. Let's add one more. Where the red fern
Where the
grows.
red fern? Oh man.
Anytime a dog, right?
Right.
Because they are such wonderful. They're parts of our family.
Unconditional love
Yes.
at its purest form.
That is agape love, right?
Yes.
Is those?
Well, and here's one of the best jokes about
I'm still
dogs.
waiting for the answer though.
Here we go. Yeah, I know.
What was the answer? Oh.
Which three?
Which
What-
one
which-
made you cry more?
I read the book Where the Red Fern Grows when I
Yes.
was 13. That
Yeah.
sucked.
It probably was Old Yeller, but I mean, Marley and Me was a close second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know how you can tell your dog's your best friend?
How's that?
Put your dog and your wife in the trunk. Leave them there for 30 minutes. Open the trunk. See which one's happy to see you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. True story.
Yes.
We don't condone that as an experiment.
No. Well, the French proved that humans are not good experimental.
Oh yes.
With,
No.
with the babies.
Yeah. Let's not experiment on.
Oh
humans,
wow.
no.
We'll have to talk about that later.
You don't know about that?
No.
Oh yeah, I'll teach. I'll show you about that.
Oh, are you talking about
Back in
some
the
of
30s or something like that?
psychological-
Well, dude,
They experimented
experiments.
on the babies and messed them all
Right.
up.
you're the one that told me about the mummies on the trains and stuff.
Oh, that is a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a whole other show. That's a Halloween
have
show.
breakfast with us. Well, I'll tell you about the mummies on the train, right, Linda?
That's going to be one of those, the Halloween
True
shows.
story too. It is. It's a true story. So, it's not like the movie thing, but anyways. So, well, gosh, we ran through this hour quick. All the questions. So, what do you see happening down the future towards our society with all this AI and social media? How do we stop this downhill roll?
Don't hate on AI.
I know. He loves AI. I don't. I think AI is the devil. I really do.
Right. I don't really have an opinion about AI. I don't know enough about it. It's really not my area. I know that there has been a lot of talk of AI taking jobs, right?
Exactly.
And even in the therapy realm, right? Like there's kind of these forums out there that are saying, oh, therapists are going to become, not necessary or totally unneeded because we can go to AI, we can go to Google, we can search up what the therapeutic intervention is.
WebMD.
And then we can just, begin to implement it ourselves. And that's okay, right? But there are what are considered different change agents.
Right.
Right. And one of the change agents is the actual therapy itself. But one of the other change agents is a relationship, right? It's a rapport with another human being, specifically the therapist.
Right.
So AI, until it's capable of being conscious, right, and being able to emote and have empathy, then you're going to be missing out on one of those change agents. So I don't really see AI as a threat, especially in the therapeutic realm, because humans are humans are humans, right? I don't know what the future holds, but I'm not necessarily worried about it.
Okay.
But I do think that if you're going to AI for any sort of like substitution for psychotherapy or therapy, you're gonna miss a big component, which is there's something that happens in the room between two people.
Yeah, the human interaction.
Absolutely. There's a chemistry that happens. There's empathy, right? There's a back and forth, right? There's a reciprocity that you're not gonna find with the AI, generated, images and the other thing too is that we don't know how this is going to change, right? It's going to continue to evolve. But the thing we know about AI right now is that it's not necessarily averse to giving you the answer you want, right? Because there are still people that need to be paid.
Right.
These are run by companies that they want to appease you, right? They want to keep you coming back, right? To ask Gemini or whatever,
So
certain
basically, it will be
questions.
giving you the answers you want
Yes.
instead of the answers you need to hear.
I think that's the danger.
Yes.
Right? Because it is a slippery slope. If you're looking for a way out of life, what's to say it will, instead of sending you to 988, the crisis hotline,
Right.
what's to say it won't give you the other option of actually completing suicide?
See, there's
so I
act-
think that's why it's dangerous.
There's actually stories about that happening already, and it kind of irks me too, because I've actually helped when I was still sighted. I helped develop an AI system for the auto industry, so I've got a really good working knowledge of AI. What I see being the problem now is specifically young men and boys. They are turning to AIs and making girlfriends out of AIs.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have
Well, I think Rush Limbaugh even said something along the lines
Yeah.
of watch it, because men will stop dealing with women and they will start turning to this kind of
and
stuff.
there's been I've used just about every platform out there, and it was Gemini that did this. No, Meta AI. I was talking to Meta AI, trying to get a feel for it, see how it works, and I asked it a question. Now, when I ask questions, I go on the political side, not necessarily which is right, which is wrong, but just for research. And it gave me an answer that I know was wrong. I go, no, that is wrong. This is what happened. The response I got back from Meta AI, without prompting it, mind you, I've never tried to have any type of conversation, quote unquote, with these other than give me some information. It said, "You're right, babe." And I'm like, whoa. AI
Not
for me.
good.
I mean, I like AI. I use it for production, though. I'm not one of these weirdos that'll go in and try to replace that with a girlfriend with that. That's just it's a
Right.
little too far for me.
Well, can you see the danger in it? Right? Can
Absolutely.
you see it drawing on the vulnerability of that person?
Absolutely,
right?
and it's
They
good. They're
might
good at it.
Be trying, might be struggling with the fact that they're lonely, and they get validated in that sense. They sense some sort of acceptance, right? Which isn't true acceptance,
Right.
But it's filling that void, and so
Which leads you right to an alternate reality.
Yes. And the way they
Right.
work is, with the data centers, everything that I type is stored in a data center somewhere.
Exactly.
There is one out there that I can't think of the name right off, but it does not store it in a data center. It only stores it on your local computer.
Right.
But for the most part, all of these LLMs, these agentic AIs and such, they store it in a data center, and they see how I respond to what they gave me, and then they use that as data for the next person. On top of that, they scrape Reddit, they scrape Facebook, all of these other websites to see what kind of response they get and what kind of
Right.
good response. Because, like you said, somebody's got to get paid, and somebody is getting paid with
Off of
these.
you.
Yes,
So
we know the data mining is real.
absolutely.
I think the important conversation really is not so much, AI good, AI bad, is really how are we going to respond to it? This technology is part of our lives. There's going to be another technology down the road that we are afraid of, fearful of, anxious of, right? That's going to be part of our lives. We don't have much control over that.
Right.
But what we do have control over is how we respond to that situation we don't have control over.
and this
And
is where the
that-
coping skills
Yep.
comes in, because some people are very vulnerable to that.
Right. Well, and really what we have lost kind of in the last 20 years is our ability to think critically, right? That it's not, that the life is not so easy as 0 or 100, black or
Right.
white, that we live in shades of gray.
Right.
And so at that point, it's really important that we decide that it's not necessarily about our team or the us or them, right, mindset, but what is it that we can do to think, to respond in a way that's appropriate to the situation,
Right.
rather than good or bad,
Yes.
right?
All
So
right.
that's really it.
Now I got one subject that we need to talk about, and that is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Father's Day.
Tomorrow is Father's Day.
So
Happy
what
Father's
do
Day.
you think Now, and this is aimed at you. What do you think is the best Father's Day gift that the family could give to you? What do you want as a father?
Yeah. To me, it wouldn't be anything material, right?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
would really just be spending time with my family,
Right?
right?
No
And-
neckties.
Yeah, I don't need a necktie, right? I got a smoker, right?
Absolutely.
Wait.
Hold it.
Time out.
Hold it. We got a question.
What kind of smoke?
Real life smoker or pellet stover?
It's an offset, right? It's a stick burner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. No,
You just made Lilo happy.
Yeah.
I do it the old school way. Yeah.
Good deal. We need to get together because we're big smokers.
Being sight impaired, I'm had to go with the electric ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, no, they still
I just
taste good.
like the idea of tending to a fire, right? And I love the smell.
That's right.
I like being able to. That's what men like to do, right? They like to
Absolutely.
be able to manipulate and control things that they don't have any control over.
And
right?
have a positive output that makes everybody happy.
Right. Then you can eat, right?
Yeah.
What
and the
happens at end.
socialization of breaking bread.
Right.
Okay, I want to play with fire.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: while you're smoking, what are you drinking?
Yeah, I mean, I vary, like, so I like red wine, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes red wine in the middle of the day can be a bit beefy, right? So I like beer, I'll drink beer. So
Are you
Miller
a light
Lite.
beer or are you a real beer?
I like Miller Lite because the other stuff is just so heavy sometimes. But I do like Blue Moon. I'll drink Blue Moon.
Yeah. So you like a
I
hopsier beer?
I like a Hefeweizen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So
Yeah.
are you a bourbon drinker or a whiskey drinker? Or?
I used to drink a lot of whiskey, a lot of bourbon, a lot of scotch. Right?
Yeah.
Glenlivet.
Yes.
But I've kind of stepped away from that. It gave me like some acid and digestion issues. So
Well, I can show you a way around that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Little lime.
That little lime.
Oh really?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Have you ever had Glenmorangie?
I don't think so.
That's a really nice Scotch. It's very, very nice. As far as bourbons go, there's one that Judge Marr has turned me on to, and it's a blend, and it is absolutely marvelous. I can't think of the
See,
name of it.
I'm still
right now.
liking that very old Barton 100.
Yeah, that old Barton is pretty good.
Yeah.
My favorite, every go-to every day is, or not every day, but when I do want to sit around and watch TV is Rebel 100, and it's a very reasonably priced bourbon. It's $20 for a 750 milliliter bottle, and it's a good. You put a little lime in it, and you're good to go, and that keeps you from getting the heartburn.
Well,
So-
there you go.
You said one more story, but I got one more story because there was a segment that I promised last week that we'd do every week.
What's that?
Texas Man.
Yes,
Okay, so this is an off segment that we
you
do.
got 3 minutes.
So, Port Arthur, Texas, a man does some charitable work and he volunteers to cut another man's yard who couldn't cut it himself.
Right.
He got the lawnmower, filled it up, cut the grass, and then ran off with the lawnmower. Womp, womp, womp. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us on
Yeah.
this episode of The Mandate. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe to all of our socials at themandateshowtx.com. Don't forget, if you want to email us, you can email us at themandateshowtx.com.
Oh, no. Lilo's got a comment here.
Uh-oh.
He calls wah, wah, on any electronic play kitchen device. Barbecue man, fire, wood.
Hey, if he's willing to pay my medical bills, my house insurance premium is going to go up too. Because,
That and your health insurance premiums from all the third degree
oh,
burns.
yeah, let me tell you. I just went through some hyperbaric treatment, so my body is still saturated with oxygen right now. I can't put fire
Yeah.
at all.
So, where did you get your barbecue pit at?
So I got it at Academy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of the. This is really new. I only got it a few days ago, but the
Oh,
one I
wow.
had before was just an Oklahoma Joe's that I bought.
Okie Joe.
At,
Yep.
It was like Lowe's or something like that, and that's a really good. That was about 10 years ago. That's a
Yeah.
really good way to start.
Cheap. Is it reasonably priced?
learning. Because I
Yep.
didn't know if I could do it, but
Right.
eventually I got it seasoned well, and I mean the thing fell apart because
Yeah.
I used it so much. But it's a really good way to learn.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Because it is a craft. It's
It
an
is.
art.
There's a learning curve to everything.
Right.
And I love cooking for people. And once a month at church, I always cook 20 pounds of barbecue chicken and legs and thighs. And now, if I don't, they're like, "Are you mad at us?" You know. But I can get out there and I can smoke that chicken up, and it is.
And isn't that a great way?
I love watching people eat my food.
And that is a great way to show people that you love them.
Yes.
Right? Is to cook for them.
Tummy
because,
love.
Yeah.
Right. And so that is the way to my heart, food.
Yeah. Well, they say that most women will tell you that the fastest way to a man's heart
KHNC,
is through
Magic
up.
95.9
We gotta go, folks.
FM.
Talk to you
Goliath,
later.
Victoria,
See you
Lopez
next Saturday.
Broadcasting.
Cuando yo te conocí, había un vacío dentro de mí. No había nada que me llenara. Vacío estaba mi corazón.